the Team Canada zone. Shane Corson of the Montreal Canadiens with it now against his teammate Chelios, being watched by number 21 Tony Granato and taken down. And Jeremy Rennick has it. Going to not really a major force as the United States can't generate any offense, it seems. 2 minutes to go. Chelios. For Suter.
Americans have generated about 3 good scoring chances this period. Bill Ranford has had little work, but on those 3 chances, he's just been excellent. The ice here, with the air conditioning in the building, there is no air conditioning in Toronto, I think has made a difference. Canada has moved the puck well with some better passing on this real solid ice.
Suter with less than a minute and a half to go.
Go behind.
Craig Janney. Now Brown. Hull. Used sparingly in the first period. Desjardins behind the net. No sustained attack for the United States. Their thrusts are quickly broken up by Team Canada. Playing with great confidence now, enjoying a 3-0 lead with a minute to play in the first period. Messier picks it up and feeds Fleury left side. Graham on his right, 2-on-1. In they go. The shot deflected up among the spectators with 52 seconds left. 3-0 Canada. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Between periods, we'll take a look at the games played earlier today. The surprises continue at the Labatt Canada Cup. CTV golf analyst Jim Nelford will be by to give us a Canadian Open preview. We'll have a CTV sports break, and we'll be joined by our hockey analyst Bill Clement.
Maybe Jim Nelford could help us out a little bit too, huh? Maybe a couple of lessons, you know what I'm saying? You notice Gretzky and Lindros have been together a fair amount in this first period. They scored a goal. Lindros did on a pass from Gretzky on the power play involving Gretzky along with Robitaille, but they played together and played well on the same line, Don.
Shot to the United States corner. Lannon with it. Olczyk can't get the pass left side. Off the boards. Olczyk has it now at the point. Feeding Mullen, and a great scoring chance right there. Ranford out of position, scrambles back in time. Still 3-0 Canada, 20 seconds to go. Back they come. Scott Stevens circling, across the crease it rolls. Gretzky, his centering pass, the legs of Will Allen. To Lindros. Lindros feeding it back on the point. Here's the shot by Stevens. 2 seconds to go, and that will do it for a first period dominated by Team Canada.
Once it got to be 3-0, the Canadians did not stop. I think the interesting question now is Mike Richter will have to get some rest. Will Team Canada relax in the dressing room after attaining a 3-0 lead after 1 period? They shouldn't.
We'll see. This is from Hamilton, the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
The sound, the fury, the power, the glory. The 1991 Labatt Canada Cup. Brought to you by Labatt's Blue. Now you're laughing.
Team Canada officially outshot the United States 12-6 and outscored them 3-0 in the first period.
Bill Ranford wasn't busy, but he made some great saves when he was asked to. Look at Otto in front. He knocks Ranford off balance, and Ranford's still able to get around. Didn't look pretty, but he certainly got the job done. Another strong period by the Canadian goaltender and the Canadian team as a whole.
Yes, a very good start after a flat night of the first game with Finland. This is the Labatt Canada.
But he loved to score. Here, you saw him in action in the first period. He was outstanding.
Got his first Canada Cup goal to go with his first assist against Finland Saturday night. And what a major story by Finland here. The tie from Canada, and today a win over Czechoslovakia. 1-0.
Ketterer, the goaltender, gets it done. We mentioned he's a free agent, but since he's a European, he could not go to a National Hockey League team's camp. Europeans have got to be drafted before they can go as a free, or pardon me, as a player to camps. It's not that way if you're a North American player. A little strange in the rules, huh?
Little. Chelios as it comes over to Mullen here. Too far for him inside the Team Canada blue line. It is obvious that the Americans need a quick goal to recharge and get back into this game. Mullen plays it on the left side. Off old check stick. He gets turned around over in the far corner by Corset. Picked up by Stevens of Canada, and they clear the zone. Tocchet in pursuit. Suter gets there first. Gary Suter of the Calgary Flames. Past Otto and back to center ice. Very few sustained attacks by Team USA, as their half-dozen shots on Ranford in the first period would indicate. 3-0 Team Canada, about a minute into the second period of the second Canada Cup game for both teams. Shot in across the zone, and it'll come back for a face-off right beside Ranford on the icing call, which is done automatically under international rules.
He's not the tallest, but as he played big, we saw that in the first period. Spent part of his off-season fishing, salmon fishing up the coast of British Columbia with a teammate by the name of Doug Gilmour. Look at Fleury. That's the aggressiveness we're talking about. A fine hit. Uses a lot of leg drive with his hits, Don, when he goes into the bodies. Caught himself a salmon around 55 pounds when he went on that trip. I saw a photo of it with Fleury holding the salmon. And I'm not going to tell you which one was taller. And it wasn't Fleury.
I know which one was tougher.
Doug Gilmour, his teammate, went. A famous American leaguer by the name of Brian Carlin with him. They had some fun.
Roenick on the face-off for the United States. Against the diminutive one.
You know, with that type of play from Fleury taking the body, that tells you that the Canadians will keep their intensity up, even though they're enjoying a 3-goal lead. Penalty upcoming to Steve Smith.
United States goalie is on his way out, and they're going to have a few extra seconds here if they can maintain possession before the official power play begins. And that'll do it right there. Intercepted by Fleury at center ice. So Team USA will go on the attack. It'll be a holding penalty. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Number 51.
For the top brands in hockey equipment and low prices, nobody addresses Canada's needs so completely as the more than 400 addresses of Canadian Tire. Giving you the time to turn that raw talent into tomorrow's pro.
You know, son, the goalies are the real stars of this game.
Steve Smith for holding, 112, and the U.S. gets a chance to get on the scoreboard.
The face-off in the Canadian zone, and Roenick got to the loose puck, and you see Steve Smith pulling Roenick off balance, one hand on the stick. So the Americans will have a chance to try and climb back into this thing.
They have not been strong tonight, just 2 for 6 in the Canada Cup Series on power plays. They beat Sweden 6-3 in their first game.
Interesting line combination here for the Americans. Modano and Miller, who can play all 3 forward positions, goes to center ice. And, of course, Brett Hull on the ice.
Interesting that Gretzky took what may have been his first faceoff just now.
Of the tournament, correct. That tells you that that hand, though after watching him play in the first period, Don, it was obvious that hand is much, much better.
That's got to be good news for Canada. Gretzky trying to kill off this penalty. He set up 2 beautiful goals tonight. Here's Modano with it now on the near boards for the United States. They take their time. Slap shot is blocked and cleared down the ice by Stevens. Smith in the penalty box for holding. Intercepted by Larmer. Into the corner for Gretzky. The bouncing puck he can't contain, but it's picked up by Kevin Miller. Dumped off on the right boards. Leach with it. Back for Miller. Back for Hull. Hull trying to get a flat puck to shoot. It rolls too far. It hops back to the neutral zone with a minute now to go. It's Smith's penalty. Team Canada, 3 first period goals, leads 3-0. Just past the 2-minute mark here. On the left side, this is Miller. Dropping it off, getting it once again as Hull with it. Pushing it back to Leach. Leach winding for the pass. Pretty play to Miller. Great save by Ranford. Rebound kicked away, and back to the neutral zone it comes. Ryan Leach gets checked by Harachuk. Feeds Graham. He's alone in there as Team Canada's changing. He'll take it back outside the zone. Then pass to Harachuk. He goes in alone and slides it across the crease. 15 seconds left in the American power play. Roenick down to the corner. McInnes tries to tip it out, gets it across to Corson, and they finally clear it over the blue line. Just 5 seconds to go now, and Team Canada has killed off another penalty to maintain this lead. Lee past the blue line. Janney sweeping in there along with Mullen. Intercepted by Smith just back from the penalty box. Lindros failing to hold it against Roenick. Centering pass in front. Koharski will go back to work again as the United States player was driven into the net. Craig Janney, there'll be another holding call. This is the Labatt Canada Cup from Hamilton on CTV. Canada's second holding penalty of this period. Paul Coffey gets it.
It was a good hit by Roenick there to knock the puck away from Lindros, and that forced Paul Coffey to come back and think defense. And there you see the hold in front, taking away the scoring chance. Roenick set it up with a good hit on Big Eric.
Otto's got Leach top of the circle. Mullen to his left. Olchek to his right. Back on the point is Gary Suter. Once again, they try to capitalize on a power play opportunity. Canada breaks out quickly with it. Sliding it back to the United States zone for Suter to collect. Suter will come straight ahead now. Second team USA power play of period 2, trailing 3-0, almost 4 minutes in. On the near boards, Canada clears rather easily again.
Don, the last 2 power plays, including this one, Roenick was on the ice when the penalty was handed out. So he's missing the initial portion of these power plays. That's their best offensive centerman who doesn't start the power plays.
Suter behind his net. Brings it forward again. 1:15 to go in Coffey's penalty. U.S. backing up for the most part, or held off in the neutral zone as they try to get something going on their power plays. Gretzky intercepts, clearing again for Team Canada. Now Brian Leach. He's turned back by Al MacInnis at the blue line. Brett Hull is on the ice. 45 seconds to go in the power play. Long lead pass. Modano's shot goes wide. It's deflected off target. Up on the boards. Corson in there. Stevens. Miller coming up with him for the United States. The bouncing puck driven back to the corner for Modano. Modano now getting it back. Here's Suter. Suter will let the slap shot go. That's blocked by MacInnis. 18 seconds to go in the power play. And the Canadians clear the zone.
Is Brett Hull ever complaining to the referee? He got flattened by MacInnis before the shot was taken by the point.
5 seconds to go. The puck throws under players in the fireboards.
As things heat up, Corson with a big hit. Don, the puck was back towards the American blue line, and Brett Hull, when he lines up, likes to line up high in the slot, and he paid for it as he was banged. He complained all the way up the ice to the referee, Koharski, but nothing was called.
Boy, Howie, work, Reds. Good kill, boys. Work.
We have Brett Hull here. He's going to try and line himself up in this area when the point man back here gets the shot. Now, as we see the play develop, we'll roll it. Hull will skate up high into the slot, establish position. Now, if we hold it, there's MacInnis moving in. Hull loves to deflect the puck from that area, even though there's open people in here. But watch MacInnis flatten him. Boom! Right in front. Now the shot's taken, and with Hull on the ice, he can't deflect the puck.
Lindros on the face-off, wins it. A second left in Coffey's penalty. He returns. Team Canada's killed off another United States power play. They're not looking very good when they have the advantage, the Americans. It's whistled on here on the offside across the blue line.
I'm a little surprised. Roenick didn't see very much ice time at all on the power play. Very surprising. Roenick having words right now with Lindros.
This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV.
Or auto service.
Team Canada on goals by Lindros, Larmer, and Howardchuk. Two of them set up brilliantly by Wayne Gretzky. Lead 3-0 here, about 6 minutes into the second period.
Asked Roenick today if there was a Team Canada center iceman that bothers him when he plays against him. Is tough to play against. He said, yeah, Theo Fleury. They're head-to-head this shift.
Checked by Roenick on Murphy. Intercepted by Chelios. Feeding it in front. A great chance there. Shot wide by Granato. Fleury passing it ahead for Canada. Murphy from center ice shoots it right on Rector. Chelios gathering in the rebound. Fleury, a quick little shot from the right, and Rector had to be quick on that.
Fleury, I don't think, got everything he wanted to in that shot. It was a surprise, I think, to him, too. The Americans, for the first time in the game, threw some solid body checks in the offensive zone, Don, and that led to a scoring chance. See here, there's Roenick with a big hit. Now you're going to see another hit. Boom, right there. All of a sudden, you start to think there's a problem coming up. There's a step up by the defenseman to pinch and keep the puck in. A scoring chance, yet they didn't connect with a good shot by Granato. But that's the first time in the game thus far that the Americans have generated some solid hitting and defense pinching nicely to get themselves a scoring chance.
The frustration showing on the faces of those United States players. Canada has shut them down at every turn. Otto loses this face-off to Sutter.
There's a penalty coming up there as Shanahan nailed Weinrich face first, hitting from behind, and Don Gaharski put the arm up right away. So this will be
Weinrich say to him, that was stupid. You could lip read him right there, and it probably was. So another power play. This is the Labatt Canada Cup from Hamilton on CTV. Another Team Canada penalty. Here it is.
Weinrich facing the glass, gets nailed from behind. In the National Hockey League, that's a major. That's 5 minutes and out of the game. I mean, that's no man's land for Weinrich. He's standing about 4 feet off the boards. Shanahan kept the stick down, his elbows down, but the player was defenseless. And in the National Hockey League, that's a major.
Oh, a cheap shot to be sure. At 13.5 minutes to go in the second period, another power play opportunity. But Canada dominating in here now with a shot by Sutter. McInnes will rattle it around in the United States zone a little bit longer. Chelios to the left side, collects it. Rink-wide pass over here for Modano. He passes to an open corner. Hull tries to tap it in behind the goal. Miller can't make the pass out in front. Team Canada so strong, killing off penalties tonight. Chelios can't keep it in. Back it comes.
Good good set of penalty killing forwards with Graham and Sutter on the ice. And once again, I'll mention that Graham has not played much at regular shift, but penalty killing wise, he's been very strong.
Larmer intercepting at center ice. Gretzky has it with Larmer inside the line. Gretzky forced off on the far boards. Modano intercepting for the United States. A minute left. It's Shanahan's penalty for boarding. Chelios through him onto the stick of Hull with Miller at the line. Turned back there, and Gretzky gives it back to Modano. Now Modano's pass for Hull fails to click. Americans keep it in. Roenick, Hull shooting. They score.
Too many men on the ice, Don. The Americans made a terrible line change. And they ended up with 6 skaters along with their goaltender, and they'll get themselves a penalty. They made a dreadful line change and got caught. And instead of a power play goal, the teams will be at even strength. Kevin Collins spotted it and called it, and he was absolutely right.
Tim Taylor, the coach from Yale, very frustrated by that.
Count the white jerseys. The white jerseys, we see 3 there. Another one there, that makes 4. Another one 5, and another one 6. 6 white jerseys. I mean, that's not even close. They were all involved in the middle of the ice surface, and it's a correct call on a bad line change.
No goal, and to make it worse, the United States penalty for too many men on the ice.
I'm quite sure when Tim Taylor sees the tape and counts the players, you'll notice how obvious it was.
Le but n'est pas élevé alors que l'équipe des États-Unis avait un homme de trop sur le soir, une punition mineure de blanc à l'équipe américaine à 7 minutes 37 secondes.
Strange turn of events here for the United States. And when things like that happen, when you get your power play shut down as completely as they have, you get the message this may not be your night.
Well, for Gretzky, showing his stuff, penalty killing, power play, even strength. And what started off as a bad day for him as his football team, the Toronto Argonauts, were defeated today by the Hamilton Tiger Cats. So he's turned his day around.
They were more than defeated, 48-24. They were humiliated here. Hamilton's first win. Archuk battling on the boards with Granato. Canada brings it away again. Corson inside the blue line from Desjardins, sweeping in front. And there's a goal by Scott Stevens. Team Canada.
Scott Stevens joins the play. The first even strength goal of this hockey game. The two forwards are in. It's Stevens makes an additional man. He's not picked up by anybody. Watch Team USA. Watch the man with the puck. In the middle is Scott Stevens, and bang. With Corson on the puck, Don, two American defense watched him move. As soon as Corson drew the two defensemen, Corson set the puck up in front, and it was an easy play for Scott Stevens.
Hatcher for Hull. And Janney on the pass. Called on the offside by the linesman from Finland.
Scott Stevens has been moving into the play a lot in this game, especially when he's been on the ice with Wayne Gretzky. This is a reverse angle. Look at this. He gets into the middle, and he stays away from traffic. Stick on the ice. Perfect pass. Easy play. Pretty good shot. And you know, Scott Stevens, Don, he may end up in a New Jersey Devils uniform. He's up in this arbitration case with Shanahan, and there's a chance, if the league rules through the arbitrator, that Scott Stevens may be going tomorrow when the decision comes down to New Jersey as compensation for Brendan Shanahan. Very, very interesting 24 hours coming up for St. Louis, for New Jersey, and for Scott Stevens.
A lot of interesting things within the National Hockey League brewing these days. As the Canada Cup continues, and Larmer center away, almost home free. He shoots, couldn't get much on it. Check from behind as the shot was about to be released. And Otto has it for the United States inside the Canadian blue line. His wide-angle shot is off the mark. Doug Brown serving the penalty now, remains in the box. Here's Gretzky. Gretzky to number 18, Shanahan. It's 5-0.
When you're killing a penalty and you miss the net, you trap everybody. Watch Otto miss the net from a bad angle. Trap three people. Look at Hatcher, Mullen, Otto. They're all trapped. It's a 3-on-1 the other way. And when Gretzky's got the puck, there's trouble. Shanahan just finished the play. He positioned himself to face Gretzky. Gretzky with a perfect pass. And the Canadians are rolling.
Here's Janney, bodied by McKinnon. Suter with him now for Hull, and he shoots wide. The United States has dug themselves into a 5-0 hole. All around the crease, but Canada clears. And your point's well taken, John. When you fire it that hard and miss, you couldn't headman the puck and clear it any faster.
The key is, you can't miss the net from a bad angle when everybody's thinking offense. And when that happens, you just end up trapping everybody. Otto was on the puck, Don, and we'll try and take a look here. Otto's on the puck, and you'll see these guys moving in. They're all thinking offense. And as he misses the net, he traps himself and the other two players. The puck swirls around, and Gretzky Gretzky starts to lick his chops. Now, when we get to the other end of the ice, stop it here. Look at Shanahan, turn around. Gretzky's got to put the puck behind him to hit the blade so he can one motion the shot. Boom. That's all it takes when 99 has that much time.
Instrumental in 3 of the Team Canada goals tonight. The leader, the captain, Gretzky's getting it done. Off the face-off, the whistle sounds again quickly in the Team Canada zone.
Fleury penalty coming up.
So the United States will try one more time on the power play. This is the Labatt Canada Cup on CTV. Fleury gets a roughing penalty at 9:02 of the second period. Canada can afford penalties here for now leading 5-0, but he is in the center of things once again. It's the rug pulled out from under him for the short jab he threw.
He's going to have to carry an apple box around with him, I think, to stand on if he's going to pick on guys a lot taller.
He is a scrappy little combatant.
Well, he said he was going to eat a raw steak for lunch. He must have.
Graham sends it down the ice to take some pressure off Team Canada.
Mike Richter's had no chance at all here, but maybe we'll see some John Van Beesbrook action in goal as the score is one-sided.
Here's Olczyk, passing in front for Hall. He just deflected it over top of the goal past the falling Ranford. Just missed there. Richter stopping it for his teammate Brian Leetch of the New York Rangers. Long lead pass at center ice. They work it inside the line. Stevens clears, Leetch keeps it in. Flips a weak shot to the corner. Madano for Hull. Team Canada clears again, shot by Stevens down the ice. About a minute left in Fleury's penalty. Past the halfway mark. In the second period, the halfway mark of the hockey game, and Canada leads 5-0. Roenick sidesteps a check, gets it back with Janney, and hits the mesh on the outside of the net. Suter managed to keep it on the line and in play, but here comes Team Canada once again. McInnes for Corson. Makes a bad pass back. Hull intercepting for the United States ahead to Roenick. Inside the line for Janney, and it's an offside call.
The Canadians' penalty killing all through this game has been very, very aggressive. They're going at Team USA all over the place. Gretzky's getting stronger as this game moves along, and Donnie did something he's never done before. He hired a personal trainer in Los Angeles. He worked out with this guy for a month, 2.5 hours a day. He said it's improved his endurance.